All right, so you know that feeling. Like you're supposed to be on this big journey, this adventure with a purpose and all, but you kind of feel like you're missing the map.
Yeah, I get it. It's like a treasure hunt, but you don't even know what the treasure is.
Exactly. And that's what we're tackling in this deep dive today, the whole idea of finding your purpose.
Ooh, this is a good one.
We're going deep, looking at a prayer a listener sent in, asking for some clarity about their purpose.
Like prayer, huh?
Yeah, but even if you're not, particularly religious or anything, I think this is still super relatable. Because at the end of the day, don't we all want to feel like our lives have meaning? Like we're heading in the right direction?
Absolutely. That need for purpose, it's pretty universal, no matter your background or beliefs.
And we're even going to look at this famous verse from the book of Jeremiah that touches on this whole idea of a pre-planned purpose. Now,
You'll see.
I'm intrigued. So let's jump right in. This prayer starts off with, Father, reveal to me the unique purpose you have for my life. Pretty straightforward, right?
Right, to the point, yeah.
But then it adds, and give me the courage to follow it. And that's what I find really interesting. What kind of courage are we talking about here?
That's a great question. I mean, think about it. To truly follow your purpose, you might have to make some tough choices.
Choices that maybe other people won't understand.
Exactly. It might mean going against what society expects of you, or even, disappointing people you care about.
It could even mean walking away from a good job.
It can be really scary to step outside of that comfort zone because to truly follow your purpose, you have to face those fears head on, the fear of failing, the fear of the unknown. Those can be paralyzing.
Ugh, tell me about it. Sometimes it feels like you're standing at the edge of a cliff knowing you have to jump, but being terrified of what's at the bottom.
I feel that.
But then there's this verse from Jeremiah 29:11. It says, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. I mean, that's got to be a little reassuring, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like this huge weight lifted off your shoulders. It suggests that there's this path laid out for you, a plan that's ultimately for your own good.
Like a cosmic safety net.
Exactly. And in a world that often feels so chaotic and unpredictable, I think that's why this verse resonates so deeply with people. It offers a sense of security, a feeling of hope.
But here's where I start to get a little tripped up.
Hmm.
If this purpose, this path, is already, like, pre-designed, doesn't that mean our choices don't really matter? Like, are we just passively waiting for this grand plan to unfold?
That's the paradox, isn't it? The idea of a preordained purpose can be comforting, but it also raises these big questions about free will and, if we're really in control of our lives.
I think that's why I get stuck sometimes.
Maybe it's not about passively waiting, but actively seeking. What if those plans aren't like a rigid blueprint, but more like a compass?
A compass.
Yeah, it points you in a general direction, gives you a sense of north, but you still have the freedom to navigate your own way.
Okay, so how do we even figure out which way that compass is pointing?
Now that's the exciting part.
We have this longing for purpose, maybe this compass,
Yeah.
but no real map. So what's the next step?
Well, there are a lot of different approaches. Some people find their purpose through introspection, like, journaling or deep reflection.
Quiet time to think?
Yeah. Others find it through action, by trying new things, experimenting until something just clicks.
So many possibilities.
And honestly, purpose might not even be this fixed destination. It could be this evolving journey of growth and discovery. There are so many paths to purpose, as many as there are people, really.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. So we've got this deep desire for purpose, this possibility of a pre-designed path, the courage it takes to actually follow it, and then the whole challenge of even figuring out what that path looks like. What do you think is the most important takeaway for our listeners today?
Well, I think the key is asking the right questions. If you were to write your own prayer for clarity of purpose, what would it say? What specifically would you be asking for?
That is a good question.
Because the journey to finding your purpose, it doesn't usually start with a sudden revelation, It unfolds gradually as you explore, as you experiment, as you engage with the world around you.
So keep those questions coming, keep searching, and you'll find your way.
You got it.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.